9 a.m. on August 14th, 2021. We were down there at that lake an hour ago and have come up 1.4 miles, which isn't very far, but it was at least an 800-foot elevation gain. Maybe you can see the trail there. Topping out at about 12,557 feet. So we're working. Feels good. Feels real good. And look at those mountains and that view. And we're headed north, which is that direction.
This is the path we're on today, the backside of the second long climb. And from all the signs we've seen, we're the only two human beings in all this wilderness. We've not seen a fresh footprint, run into any people. This we have all to ourselves.
After a while, you just get tired of saying, wow. But it is kind of the best descriptor. We're going over that pass right there. Top of our second big ascent of the day, in our final day of ascents and descents, leading up to and down from 12,000 plus feet in elevation. And it's just a remarkable place to be. In our miner's cabin, here we are, because we had to get out of crazy rain. Yes, it is as old and dirty as it looks, but it was better than standing out in the rain, because this is dry. Hey, part of the historical adventure. We understand there's a pack rat here too, so we have to hang everything up, and we will be sleeping up in the loft. Yeah. All was going well until a little after 3 o'clock on Thursday, August 19th, when we turned around and realized that a heavy rainstorm was pursuing us up a small and truly very gentle-looking valley. And quickly, we were in a deluge. I think the first reaction we had was normal, as we thought, oh well, we can wait this out. Surely this will go away. Long story short, it did not. And within several minutes of standing there under a sheet of plastic, hoping it would go away and trying to decide what to do, we realized if we stood there any longer, we would be in tremendous trouble. And that cabin that I mentioned just before this in that little video, I don't think in that video I expressed suitable gratitude for the presence of that cabin. It was right off our left shoulders as we were facing uphill. It was about 200 yards away from the trail. And when we made it there, we could finally get under that cabin's tin roof and be dry. It wasn't particularly warm, but it was dry. And without exaggerating, truly, it possibly saved our lives, because of course we had rain gear, of course we had tents, but what we had would not have been adequate for the torrential rains that followed unceasingly all night long until the middle of the next morning. In the middle of the night, we realized we had not only an emergency on our hands right there, but that we had narrowly avoided something far worse if we had been even minutes earlier or later. If we had gotten to the 0.6 miles later to the Colorado Trail Junction, which we were aiming for, and started down, we would have been in a situation with no shelter. And I'm almost certain, because I know that trail, that we would have been in a flooding situation right below the Continental Divide, where it narrows very rapidly, very narrowly into for a time there, briefly, a gorge that would have funneled the torrential rain that was all around us. So I believe the mountains were, in their own way, providing us with the hospitality of that cabin. I don't see very many cabins like that, let alone with a tin roof and an open door and 4 walls. So we spent the night there. My daughter Greta and son-in-law Zach, we reached on our InReach Garmin device, started making a tremendous number of calls to see if someone could transport us out of there. We, in mid-morning around 10:30, dashed down to a trailhead that was less than a mile away. We missed a shuttle driver that would not have known we were up there, but moments later, an Oklahoma family on 2 ATVs came by, helped us out, got us farther down the mountain, where we met a gentleman by the name of Robert Austin, a resident of Creede, Colorado. The phone calls of family had reached people in Creede. They did a truly tremendous number of messages circulating on Creede happenings on Facebook. And Robert saw the need for help, and he stepped up and came and got us. It was a humbling experience. I am grateful to family and grateful to the town, the entire little town of Creede, which rallied, and someone Robert stepped up and helped us out. Not only picked us up, took us to his home, got us all warmed up, and the next day drove the lengthy drive to Durango so that we could catch our flight back home to Denver. A remarkable 36 hours or so. I'm not sure I have ever had it driven home to me so much that the high alpine is a volatile place. Weather does change rapidly, and things can be going just fine one moment and very dangerous the next. And I'm just glad we all came out the other side of that. Mike and I are okay, and grateful to so many people for helping that happen. Yet another part of the adventure and the experience, and I'm full of gratitude for the graciousness shown to us.